Video is going to explore what happened 10,000 years ago to cause people to be able to traverse the planet very easily, even to Australia, or at least more easily. We're going to advance the water level, or more accurately sea level, to drop 10 meters or around 30 feet each time I click a button. So we're going to go forward 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're at 40 meters lower. You'll notice that Australia has been welded to the next country over. We see that the Bering Straits are just barely anything breaking them up. And the only pathway from the north into here is going to be the Pacific Ocean. This causes a bottleneck effect, making ice ages worse. At least that's the current scuttlebutt. Let's go forward to more. Let's get it to 60 or 70 meters. You notice an extreme change happens at 50 to 60 meters, right over there. A lot of land. And this would have hung out for 1,000 years, 10,000 years. Okay, 1,000, 2,000 years. That's longer than most of you even know that history existed, and some of you even deny that we could go back that far. And you'll notice that all of these little islands that have already existed have a direct straight line path that seafaring populations can come in here and populate it. And you'll also notice Europe and Britain and Scotland, they're all the same thing now. So you can see that you could have walked from the southern tip of Africa all the way around to the southern tip of South America. And if you go far enough back, let's just take it to the extreme, you'll notice a very big flamboyant change into South America and Australia both, where it gets even more welded together. Going forward, dropping at 220 meters, then 300 meters. At some point, we get to the point that there is no longer a North Sea that can communicate just because the water level is too low. That's not what we have happening here. But now you're seeing the island mountains, the seamounts popping up in the lower left there. But you'll notice something very extreme up here. This entire pathway from the Northern Ocean down into the Pacific is being cut off. Severely restricted or cut off. Again, that's just based on what we have now. So, yes, you could have traveled from here all the way around this way, come around this way, and ended up in any part of the world just about. The world was walkable at one point. Now we're just going to go to our 40-meter drop, which is enough to cause this to be easily traversable. And we're going to use this one here to decide that, yes, people simply got into boats and got blown off course and ended up populating Australia. We're going to make it at 60 meters for our image, and I will be pausing and restarting the video. You should be looking at a post-glacial sea level rise. Now I want to point out that virtually every website, if you just ask a straight question, you're going to get a dumb look. So we did 40 to 60 on the last one. That corresponds to 11,000 years ago, approximately. Now, again, we have to accommodate, and this sucks, for people using from today's date versus BC versus AD. I am really stressed out by the fact that when you try to get basic information out of a website, it'll say thousands of years ago, but it'll refer to ignoring the last 2,023 years. So let's assume they're doing that. That means that we're really talking about 12,000 years ago as 10,000 BC, which is about 60 meters lower. And if we use this as BC versus AD, then it would correspond to this, which is nearly 40. So that's why I chose to use 40 to 60 meters. So we're going to use 50 meters as our world map about the time when people started to get really serious about planting crops, traversing the world, where we see evidence of human beings popping up everywhere like a damn plague. So we'll be doing that. And here we are. So that's the fair to Midland version of it. Obviously, depending on whether you're using AD, BC, or literally meaning 12,000 years ago, which I'm not sure that academics are incapable of screwing up, easily the Earth was traversable by human beings that existed back then. We have evidence of human beings leaving artwork on walls that are clearly drawings from like 40,000 years ago forward. And we have human habitation evidence at almost the exact time this all happened. Human beings went through periods of time where we had extreme drought, dry season versus wet season being the dominant characteristic, changing the entire planet from what it was to what it is now because of the last ice age. No, we're not currently in an ice age. We're in a different era. However, very importantly, this is how traversable the Earth was. And again, you could go from here all the way over to here, almost jump off to Greenland if you wanted to freeze to death, or just walk across the ice that was about this level and eventually get over to Europe that way, go over this way, and go over this way. If you stuck to the coastline where there was ice, you could hunt animals. Just that's all there is to it. And obviously, you can come down here. I mean, all of these are connected. They come down through here. Everything could have been traveled. And obviously, people traveling from Africa, which is where all the humans came from, spread out easily. And Australia was visited before North America, and then South America was most likely. Just thought I'd do a video about this, and that'll be it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.